So here you go.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Is everybody having a good time today? Yay. So, Chef, obviously you are the preeminent expert on creating fantastic lighter dishes.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't call it an expert. I like to be creative, and I like to keep it simple, and I like to cook smart.
How do you cook smart?
By recognizing what you're adding into your food.
And knowing your ingredients.
Knowing my ingredients, like I always say this, that olive oil is 130 calories usually per tablespoon. That, if you add a half a cup, you might have 600 calories in that dish, or a quarter of a cup, excuse me.
Right, so when you create a lighter dish, do you start with the dish itself from the old-time recipe that your mother gave you, or do you start, I'm going to create a light dish? What's the best way for us to lighten up some of our favorites?
Both ways.
Both ways.
You have your great lasagnas. You have where, your old family lasagna, or you want to start using a crock pot or something,
right.
Like something new. Then, you want to maybe, use a lighter cheese in the lasagna, not add meat, add spinach or whatever, so you're lightening it up that way. But the other way, when you're developing a dish or thinking about, what kind of dish you want to make tonight, you want a nice lean cut of meat, you don't want to add a lot of fat into the crock pot, you want to be smart, you want to know your ingredients.
Okay, so we've got Weight Watchers smoked string cheese here as a sampler. They're doing skewers right there. Tell me, how was it to work with that smoked string cheese? What can we do with it at home? Give me your impressions of it.
I got a couple of good ideas. I think that would make it, well, first, working with it was very easy.
Good.
And I ate a lot of it while I was doing it.
So did the chefs. You said that you were working with
so
in
did the chefs, professional chefs eating it was delicious. And this is a really easy thing to do for an appetizer, kid-friendly. We made a skewer. There's prosciutto, there's artichoke, tomato, an olive, and some of the string cheese, as you could see. So it's kind of tasty. How do you guys like that cheese? Pretty good, right?
Now, you probably had like the prejudice against low-fat. No, you knew it was going to be good. Okay, because a lot of people think of it as...
I'm on Weight Watchers.
So you do the Weight Watchers. So you like?
Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of the preconception.
And Charles Barkley's on Weight Watchers, okay? He lost 44 pounds.
The preconception is that it's not going to melt right or it's going to be waxy, I mean, that's what you think.
That's the perception.
And it's if I didn't tell you it was a Weight Watchers cheese,
I would have never known.
How many points?
2 points for one stick. It's 50 calories. You've got a third of one, so you're looking at under 20 calories right there. So have two.
Hey, have two. That's the way to go. There's only one thing worse than having none, and that's having one. So have two.
So
a couple of things to do with this. This is what I was thinking. I think that would make an incredible pizza.
That's such a good idea.
Like a smoky mushroom, real,
with your tomato.
With tomato, and make it nice, and then it'll melt beautifully. We were talking about a quesadilla. That'd be phenomenal for a nice vegetable quesadilla. Incredible. A bowl of chili with one of those sticks cut up into it. I mean, something we're talking here.
And we definitely had it with a little bit of wine. What was the wine that we had? That was really good.
It actually,
it paired well.
It paired well with it. That smoky flavor brought out the flavors of the wine. We liked it.
It was great. It was great. So,
good.
When you're grilling, we're getting into grilling season. What's your favorite way to use kind of cheese on the grill? What's the way to? Well, how do we get that cheese into our grilling season?
Well, if you're going to stuff something like a stuffed pork chop or a stuffed chicken breast where you can grill it, that would be a great way here because the cheese is a bar. So you wouldn't even have to cut. Maybe you cut it in half.
It's easy to work with that way.
Spinach, a little mushroom, totally cooked, and then a piece of cheese, and then you can just toothpick it, and then put it on your grill, and it'll be delicious. That's a great way. So stuffing, using the string cheese in any stuffing will be phenomenal.
That's a really good
right?
idea.
So look, guys, you take spinach. If you're going to go frozen, you like the chop. You want to give it a squeeze once it's thawed out, and then you want to maybe saute some onions. Don't add your spinach. That'll be the last thing. You want a little mushrooms, little onions, touch of garlic. Keep it going. Now what you want to do is cool that, and then add your spinach to it, and then maybe some sliced cheese, and toss it, and then that's your stuffing. So it just wilts, exactly. Or you cut the bar of cheese in half, and you stuff whatever, and you just slide that one bar in there and stuff it. So it'll be an even melt. That'll be fun.
Do they make it shredded?
They make a shredded cheddar. And,
it melts incredible. That's
Yeah.
great
Mexican
for
blend, and
Mexican.
there's an Italian.
And then the other thing would be maybe a stuffed portobello mushroom with a little spinach and some of the smoky string. It would
Very
be really,
good
really
idea.
delicious.
Yeah, the
so
shredded
that you would use the mushroom like the dough of the pizza. So you want to scrape those black rims off the bottom, right? That's the gills. Why those gills are there is because when the mushroom is growing, it's by some dirt. Now they're all farmed now, but in the real live nature of it, it's almost a filter to keep impurities like insects from getting into the fungus.
I love the idea of a mushroom though with that cheese because
Yeah, very good.
You don't have, as you know, you do not have to count mushrooms. They are free. So
Yeah, why are they
Right.
free? Because they're high water
Right.
and high flavor. So mushrooms is a fun thing. You utilize them. You can even, what I like to do, guys, is this, and this would be great with this cheese. I like to take the mushroom. By the way, portobello stems have more flavor than the mushroom cap. What feeds the cap?
The stem.
People throw it away.
Bingo.
I love it.
Don't throw that away.
Don't
That's
ever
the
do that
flavor.
again.
Right.
See,
People
we're
throw it away.
learning.
Yeah.
Right? So then I remove the gills and either roast the mushroom, or we call it blanching, by half, or grill it, cool it, a little tomato sauce, a little of that cheese, build your own pizza. No carbs.
No carbs. What's your favorite way to pair cheese in a dessert kind of setting? Or like, with a cream cheese, because Weight Watchers does have a lighter cream cheese.
I love that strawberry cheese that you keep talking about. That would be really easy to make a mousse. That'll be a great way to make a frosting.
How about with strawberries to dip? I mean, what kind of a dip do you, when you talk strawberries and cream?
What's popular? What's
It's
that?
so good.
Wimbledon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Coming up.
Tennis.
Yep.
Strawberries and cream. Sure. What I would do is just loosen it up a little bit with a little skim milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would be to cut the sugar a little bit with that strawberries? and cream?
Acid. A squeeze of lemon. A good squeeze of orange juice. Something like that, just to cut the sugar.
Will it curdle?
It won't curdle. You're not going to add a quart. You're going to add a squeeze. See, the only way you can really get rid of sugar is by acid.
That's the
It's
only
the only
way. to do
way. So you're not going to add vinegar to it. Although maybe a little balsamic, because the strawberries and balsamic. You guys know that one?
Yeah.
You macerate strawberries in a little balsamic vinegar and put it on vanilla ice cream. A lot of people like that. A little black pepper.
What about cherry vinegar?
it. Cherry vanilla?
cherry vinegar.
Yeah, very, very strong. Good for cooking, great for salad dressings.
Awesome.
But I love sherry vinegar. It's good stuff.
So what's your favorite odd pairing of cheese and something that's good? We should try.
Well, it's funny. A slice of cheese with a little bit of a jalapeno, and I talk about that grape.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have a little skewer, it'd be like a grape, a little piece of jalapeno, and a little piece of cheese. So you have sweet, spicy, and then the milk and the cheese will mellow everything out.
Calm it down.
What's your
Right.
favorite cheese? Your favorite cheese? You've had every cheese. What's your favorite?
Okay, my favorite cheese. Does anybody here have enjoyed mozzarella burrata lately? Okay, so mozzarella burrata, it's actually a healthier of the cheeses. It comes in water, and it's burrata, mozzarella burrata. It's very common now. 5-6 years ago, you couldn't find it. Now you can find it. Trader Joe's sells it. Whole Foods has it. So go and find it. But listen to this. You have to spoon it out. You can't cut it because the inside of the mozzarella is a custard.
Yeah.
And you put that on some tomato.
I'm not sure if I'm liking it. I'm
Yeah, me
freaking
either.
out a little bit,
No.
right?
Very,
We're
very
freaking out.
delicious.
It's
Very
delicious.
delicious.
Okay.
I believe one of these restaurants here
They have it.
has a mozzarella bar. I was looking at it, and they sell burrata in one of these restaurants. Very, very delicious. Try it.
Is it better than buffalo mozzarella?
I think it is. So I'm a big burrata fan. And then another cheese that I've been really that I'm seeing more and more in the cooking industry is a cheese called halloumi, and that's the cheese you cook. You can grill it. It's an origin of the Middle East, but it's very odd. It's also a staple in Sweden. So Middle East and Sweden really don't marry well together, but in this case the cheese does. And what I love is I just take a slice of it and I wash it off a little bit. It's a touch salty, so you got to be